Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it again with another review, the first one for 2026, and we have a. Do we call this a classic or do we call this a throwback? Either way, the ME-163B, the original version of the rocket plane that Japan copied in the J-8M.
Right. This is another in the line of, hey, I buy it so you don't have to. Thanks for having me on. And yeah, this particular plane is really in every single way better than the J8M. Um, you've got more pilots to choose because it's German. Uh, it's got better guns. It's faster. It turns approximately the same. Um, yeah, it's just I struggle trying to fly the J8M, but this plane, no problems at all. Other than sometimes it's just a little too fast.
Who'd have thought that'd be a problem? Um,
Right.
Now, Corvus and I deviate with this one just a little bit. I don't think there's much going on with this one. I'm yet to be convinced. He seems to already be convinced. We've had two battles already that will be included in this video for review purposes for you guys. It's probably either going to be playing in the background or we're going to be yapping about them. One of the two. Um, I initially, first battle I played this, I didn't see much of a difference apart from the cannons and the airspeed, but lo and behold, I fly this together with Corvus, and we somehow win two games that JAMs would have no business winning.
Right. No, that's exactly right. And I think the gun handling makes a huge difference. The burst length is double what the J8M has. You get machine cannons instead of those kind of. The Japanese have the cannons are like it's like individual shots, um, and they have a higher velocity, but there's less rounds coming out. Uh, uh, you know, and other folks may have heard me say this before. I have a love-hate relationship with the MK108 uh, guns on German planes, and the last one we did, the Gotha P.60C, has four of them at Tier 9. And man, that plane lights up the night with those guns. Those guns are excellent, but Tier 9's just a little fast for MK108s. It's MK108s are starting to lose their steam at Tier 9, but at Tier 8, hey, I'm able to make this plane actually do stuff, and I was really quite surprised. I was expecting J8M energy, and this plane just feels a lot better. And hey, it's it's on sale. Well, the certs are on sale for $51 American, a little less. Um, and folks know how I do this. I buy the certs, cert it out, put gold consumables on it, put ultimate gear on it, and then fly it and see how I like it, and move the gear around a little bit if I don't like it. I did try flying it with G suit rather than a sight, and I didn't feel it. I wasn't feeling it. The G suit really didn't help much, in my opinion. It helped a little bit, but I need more gun sight, so I put on an experimental gun sight, and that was just got a lot better results out of the cannon. So that's again, this is everybody's got their own way of kitting things out, right? And everybody's got a different feel about how they want their plane to play. And so this equipment system, the specialization system, allows you to play around with that a little bit. So what I did was I threw lightweight, experimental lightweight wing frame on it. It's got a cockpit slot, it's got an airframe slot, two engine slots, and a gun slot. I put a lightweight power unit, uh, gas turbine on there, so I get a little bit better boost acceleration, and experimental gas operated action on the guns. And that's how I fitted it out. Now you might want to do something completely different, and I know you often do something completely different from what I do. How did you set yours up?
Gun sight, experimental polished skin, turbine, German um, operated engine, and experimental reinforced bolt carrier.
Well, there you go. See, it's almost completely different from mine, but yours probably goes a lot faster, right? So there's not going to be any plane at tier 8 that's getting away from you ever. Any of them. None
And
of them
the
are getting
other
away from you.
bonus is that this thing's boost, holy shit, it cools, it regenerates like nothing. It regenerates like Wolverine would from a bullet wound. It is like nothing.
No, that's exactly right. You can boost feather this thing all battle long. You can stay right at about 1,000 kilometers per hour the entire battle if you want to. It's not it's not hard. Um, you don't have to you don't have to think about really about your speed.
Oh my
As
god, I
long as
just realized something. You know that ME410 special pilot? Imagine if you put him in
yes.
this thing.
Now that's something I haven't done. I was going to put Emma Vogel in it for her acceleration bit, and I didn't think about Albrecht Schneider. He that might be pretty nasty. What is his universal skill? You'll have
It's
to
that
remind me.
engine cooldown skill. Hold on, let me pull that up. Let me pull that up. Where is he at? There he is. He's on my B2. Let's see. Increases maximum speed with boost activated by 3%, increases the engine cooldown rate by 10%.
Yeah.
So that'd be like
So
doubling down the effect of the turbine that I have on it right now.
right. I mean, uh, it's already cools down pretty quick as it is, and if you give him like aerobatics expert or something, so that you can get a little bit more turn out of it. See, that's one of the reasons. So I did the two turn equipments for a reason. Number one, this plane is fast. Nothing's going to get away from it, right? Well, except Nova's Comet because it's faster than mine. But seriously, nothing's going to get away from it. So its lack, the plane's downfall is it turns poorly. It turns like a heavy fighter. So let's give it a little juice, something to make it a little better, so that you can keep the guns on target for just that much longer. That was my reasoning behind my choices. And because my gunnery skills are not the greatest, so I need
Honestly,
every little.
Corvus, I don't
I
think turn is the. Sorry to cut you off. I don't think the
no.
turn is the problem. I think you're thinking in a different box than you need to be. I think your turn is your speed.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that I operate this plane almost exclusively in the vertical, right? I
That's
do
the thing,
everything in
though.
the vertical.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. What you're thinking is, okay, I need to be able to turn to get on my target. You're like you just said. You're the fastest thing alive in most matches, unless my 163B is in there. All you gotta
Right.
do is zip away, then come straight back.
Right.
That's all you
No,
gotta do.
no, I'm the what I'm talking about is like tracking a target at maximum deflection,
Oh
right?
yeah, that is
Just
fair too. That is fair too. But I mean,
keep me on target for give me another second. Just one more second, and those 30 millimeters will light you up.
oh,
I
this
mean,
thing, yeah, this thing may have only two guns, but it takes chunks out of things, for
right.
sure.
You can hunt bombers with this plane. It's now. I'm gonna take that back slightly. You can hunt bombers, but if you're coming up against, let's say, a B-29C, you're going to have to think about it because your hit point pool is small. And so when you do it, you got to approach from in front and below, and then you got to recover uh, in front and above, right? You don't get caught in the tail cone like ever, because the 20 millimeter cannon will just chew you up unless somehow you can beat the tracking. That's a that's one of the downfalls of the B-29 is its turret tracking is poor. And so if you're fast enough, you can scoot on by and the turret won't track you. But that's now we're getting down into the weeds, right?
Mm.
It's like, hey, I can't actually hunt with a light fighter, with a small, fast, light fighter that has a terrible hit point pool. I can hunt and kill B-29s. That's, I mean, that's something. And and you saw the other day when we were playing, we can do the same thing with P-61s. You can
Oh,
dispatch
yes, we can.
P-61s easily,
That's the thing. With two of these, you can actually coordinate well with these cannons and actually beat up people with them. That's the thing. The
right?
J&M can't really do that. This thing can. I will
Right.
state that. Those two battles kind of changed my mind on this plane. I thought it was just like it's the chocolate to the J&M's vanilla. Well, not so
No,
much.
no. It's a surprisingly good plane. It's not going to be a plane that your mid-tier Spitfire pilot is going to just pick up and do well in. You have to understand how to manage your energy and how to use this plane. Like I said, I do everything with this plane in the vertical. There's almost nothing in the horizontal that I do with this plane. It's up and down and up and down and up and down because the climb rate is fantastic. And you don't gain a ton of speed in a dive unless you're pushing the go button. And oh, by the way, when I first got this plane and was testing it, I have to tell you this is in my mind while I was pushing the W key to go. In my mind, I heard "wee" because that's what I heard in my mind. Except I didn't hear it in my voice. I heard it in a British documentary narrator voice, like Sir Richard Attenborough, and very dignified.
A very
You got to think
dignified
about.
we.
Yes, a very dignified "wee" because holy smokes, this thing is fast and acceleration is magnificent. It really is fun. It's a fun plane to fly. I don't care if I win or lose in this thing. Every time I take it out, it's "wee"
I press
in
the
the
W
British.
key and I can imagine the pilot just starting to sink back into the chair, just like starting to get absorbed from the sheer acceleration of it, especially when the camera starts shaking. Because here's the thing with rocket planes, as soon as you hit max speed with a rocket plane, and you're still hitting the boost, the camera starts shaking. So now we have the 302 that does this, we have the J8M that does this, and now we have the ME163B that does this.
Yep, and I love it. I don't know. It's I I've always been kind of partial to fast planes, right, in this game. And that's one of the reasons I'm a heavy fighter pilot is because I like the fast. But this plane, the acceleration is so good. Climb rate is so good. And while I was testing it, I actually had to fight against a MiG-9, and it was crazy. I took him into the heavens. This thing tops out at it's got a hard ceiling at about 4,800 meters, something like that. It just completely runs out of gas, and you can't not even boost will make it go anywhere. And it flipped over, and my opponent had decided to chase me up. Well, he ran out of lift a lot before I did. And so he was just sitting there, and then the cannons just tore him up.
Oh
He
yeah.
was he was salty in the chat. Let's put it like that. Uh, he's a known good player, and he did not expect what I did to him there. I made him make a rookie mistake. He thought he was going to chase me up, and it didn't work. That the plane is good for that. You want to get away, aim the nose at the sky, and go. Oh, and
Exactly. Just
by the
like you
way,
would
say
with the
wee,
J8M. Yep, just like the J8M, but except better at it.
except better.
Um,
Yep, it is.
Now, since this is my shindig, um, let me get a little more technical with this because, of course, people are going to want to know Corvus. They want to know what they're buying into. So,
Right.
first off, the probably the biggest difference, and I'm not even going with the visual bit first. We're going to go with the we're actually going to go to the upgrade section. Actually, no, the service. Excuse me. So of course, you are not going to be able to see this because it's not specialized. So if you look at the J8M, with it unspecialized, the gun slot is locked. When you get the 163B, ladies and gentlemen, it's different. When it's unspecialized, the second engine slot is locked. It's not the gun slot. So that's
Right.
different between the two. That's the
Yep.
major difference in that aspect between the two. We've already discussed the differences performance-wise. The airspeed is considerably more with the with the 163B, but the altitude is fairly the same. Granted, the rate of climb on my J&M is lower because it's not fully specced out. But anyhow, now we move to the visual aspect. The visual aspect, again, not too much. The J&M has a little more bracing in the cockpit compared to the 163B, but there's also some additional, I guess, nozzle vents on the J&M. There's three additional ones per side for a total of five per side versus the 163's two in its model. And the only other visual difference is the little nose propeller on the 163B. Now, I hate to break it to you folks that think that's going to spin while you're flying around. I hate to break this to you, it does not. Yes,
It doesn't. No.
my immersion's broken. My immersion. Oh no, my immersion. And granted, that used to be the electric generator for the electrical equipment inside the 163B, but
Right.
since it doesn't
Yep.
spin, unfortunately, you just have to live with that, which I know F-22 Hunter had a gripe about that, but it is
Yes.
what it is. Nothing we can do about it. Maybe they'll update it so that it does spin, but I have my doubts.
It was the testers did have a gripe, and that was one of the gripes about the visual gripes. There were a couple others, but really, when you're playing it, unless you're unless you're all about looking at the plane while you're playing it, I just never noticed that kind of stuff.
I
It's
mean,
like
to be fair,
my
yeah, it is so freaking tiny. Maybe that's why they don't have it spinning. But at the same time, it's like I would love to see the smallest propeller I've ever seen on an aircraft from this era just spin and look like this little tiny whiz dig.
it would be fun. And to be fair, some of the production comments didn't have them. They weren't
That is
fully
true.
the electricity came from batteries. So it is possible that Persia Studios could remove it, and it would still represent the combat comments. So so um, I agree with you. I would prefer to see the little generator propeller spinning. That would be fun. But when I'm playing it, I don't notice this stuff. I really don't. I'm happier to just look outside the cockpit and watch those cannon shells intersect with my intended target and watch it catch on fire and explode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I, I'm kind of simple like that, and in other ways too, but like that in the game.
Yes, Corvus, we know you're the resident potato, okay? We know you're the resident potato, especially in tanks. You are definitely the resident potato.
I am definitely a tank's potato. There's no doubt about
But
it.
you are not a
No doubt
tomato.
about it.
There's a difference.
Right. I try not to be. I try to be. I As a player, I try to actually participate and do well for the team if I can. And sometimes, as you've seen, I'm actually on it and can do it. It's just other times it's like, why am I here and what am I doing? Why did I do that? I have no
But here's the
idea.
thing, Corvus. Tomatoes will rot. Potatoes spud and sprout. That's a
That's
difference.
that's right. And hopefully in the course of time, I will get to be a green and blue WN8 kind of player. So we'll see how that works. But for this, for the purposes of I buy it so you don't have to, I recommend to the folks out there that because this marathon is reasonably easy, there's a couple of grindy parts, and I'm not going to lie, the FMOF medal and the Marseille medal, both of those are kind of situational to get. If you buy just enough certs to cert out like a couple of the really grindy ones, I guess a 1.5 million ground ground damage points is a really kind of a grindy one, and the other and the FMOF and the Marseille, if you just had enough certificates to get past those guys, this would be an easy, right? What are you doing? You're buying 10, 20 certs, maybe,
Roughly.
and and you're going to get away for with a really good tier 8 premium for short money. And there's a lot of crates and stuff that come along. There's 4 steel crates that come along with the run, with the um what do you call it?
The marathon.
The marathon. There you go. There's that could give you a lot of gold, a lot of free XP. I got 30 days of premium out of one of them.
I got
So
2,500 crowns off of them. Now, mind you, remember, folks, they changed it so now gold is now called crowns in here. So
right, and so you might hear us use that interchangeably because it's always been gold, and we've been players since what 1.1 or 1.0, and it's always been gold, and so just forgive us if we slip and call it gold instead of crowns. So I recommend this plane, even if you're feeling flush and your credit cards not on fire from using it too much. Uh, this plane is hey, it happens, right? Uh, this plane is right in there with the other tier 8 planes in the premium shop, like right in that price range. Like if you went to go right now and buy in the premium shop the RB17, it's going to cost you $54 US, right?
mm,
So this plane I think is a lot more fun than that, and you get it for less,
and it's a
and you
good
don't have
bang
to
for your
go.
buck, kind of
It
literally.
is. It really is. I'm really impressed by this particular plane. Had a lot of fun, and I'm not a fighter guy, right? I'm not a light fighter guy. I'm a heavy fighter guy, and so I like a lot of big guns. A lot of hit points, and I like it fast. And I don't care if it turns like a boat or not. But this plane is good, and I enjoy it.
I still cannot wait to see if they come out with the XF8B for this game. That will be the day I swoon. I guarantee you. A big, meaty light fighter that's just armed to the teeth that just shakes the definition of what a heavy fighter is. But anyhow, before I start
Yeah,
salivating on that dream, we have replay footage that we need to get to. So
right.
let us get to that, folks. This will be the first battle that we did together. We attempted to actually what we ended up doing was we tried to get into the 3-2-1s with the guys on Friday night and we fight it up just to see if we could cause a little havoc. I'd say cause a little havoc. Sound about right?
No, that sounds about right. And And if we had got in and we had coordinated, it would have been funny because this particular battle we got in and uh, we ended up, as it turns out, in the same sector a couple of times, and when we coordinated, it was pretty good. There's nothing that can really escape coordinated attack by these guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's that they're just too fast. You can't do anything about it. Um, and I have a feeling that it doesn't matter what the target is. Um, we could be at tier 9 and JU 287, right? A coordinated attack could knock it down. I don't have any doubt of that. So you can see from looking at it that he's up to speed. He's up to 1,000, 999, 1,000, almost immediately, and he's still got boost left. And you're watching it, and you see that the boost recovers just insanely quickly, right? And so, again, he pushes on the W key, and I go, wee! There you go.
Zipping around.
Right.
But I genuinely attempted to stall them here. I got away with a little bit, I think, but not nearly as much as I had hoped to. Because unfortunately that P-61 showed up in the missile base as well, and, well, there's not much I was going to be able to do there. Obviously this will have audio for the viewing audience, but in this instance it's muted for us because I don't want to overlap any sound. Regardless, this thing's... See, you're using the speed more so to turn than you are actually trying to turn with the speed, excuse me. Or, you get what I mean. Basically,
I do get what you mean.
Distract them to the point that they basically are not as effective at doing what they're supposed to be doing as they should be.
Right. Now, during the time that Nova was goofing around over on this side of the map, I was on the other side at the other military base, and I was having a little bit of a challenge over there because my guys were goofing around. That's what was happening over there, and they weren't. I was avoiding our own bots because they always seem to want to fly right in front of me. So that makes life difficult when you're trying to knock down other planes. Like, get out of my way, please. See, now that was a JU-288C, and
A, but still.
oh, was it an A?
Yeah, it was an A. And then I made that was the only mistake I made in the entire match, was colliding into that. That was not smart.
Yeah, the Hornet is Hornet can be stout. Let's put it like that. And at this point, I'm thinking, while we're looking at the screen above, we'll see which stuff is captured and which stuff isn't. I had thought at the time maybe I need to go over and help our guys over at the other mining plant because they weren't taking it very quickly. I thought, I'm gonna go across and either work on the captured military base or the captured mining plant and see what I couldn't do. See if I couldn't catch anybody out over there. But I decided to go over to the military base and see what to do. And you'll notice that there's plenty of planes out there to shoot down to turn that thing blue. But now Nova's going to come and join me, and we're going to gang up on the planes over here. And as you can see, it's just like you go pretty much head on with any light fighter, and they're done. Any multi-role fighter just does not stand up to the
punishment.
Just doesn't stand up to two MK108s, right? It just doesn't.
And with RBC, you can just keep firing at this all day, and well, there you go.
Right.
Eventually,
Yep.
batter down what you're shooting at.
And now here you look up at the top at our score sheet, and all of a sudden that's what it is, really.
I believe you cut out there, Corvus.
I did. There's a minor disagreement with the cats of the house.
Uh-oh.
They had a minor disagreement with one another.
Look out, guys. These got potatoes with whiskers.
That's right. And so you can see from this is that the only way you get touched by cannon fire by other planes or machine gun fire by other planes is if you're not paying attention. Keep your eye on the minimap, and you pretty much get away from everything.
Here's that vertical you were talking about.
Yep,
Basically,
there's a
dodge the
vertical.
fire of the P-61. And that's the
Oops.
only time a kamikaze is a good idea.
The ME-209A is it's a formidable opponent, especially in the hands of a bot, because they can use that MK-103 in the hub and zap you from a distance. And so you got to think about that. And that's why Nova couldn't go directly at him; had to wiggle a bit so he did get zapped. But unfortunately, you get back on target and you're too close, and then sadness and death.
Disappointment.
Yes, it's a raging disappointment at crashing into another plane, and it's going to happen with this guy because you close the distance in a big hurry. I mean, you just absolutely it's going fast, and you see a plane in the distance, and then you go, huh? Oh, well, there. Oh, dang it! That's just about how it works. But you can see that together, we're not really breaking a sweat here. It's not a. I think I went over to the mining plant for a little while and did some defense. The mining plant in the northwest. Oh,
I try to be cheeky.
that's right. He's trying to hide from you, and it's wise, because what else is he going to do? That's all it's going to be. Now you go up into the heavens and shoot down bombers.
Exactly.
And there's literally no one can chase you. No one. And the bombers, they can try to climb to escape, but that's not going to work because just better all around at climbing, and have big guns that you can shoot down bombers with.
That P-61
Which works
had
out.
even given up, absolutely.
It may be. It may be that he did give up. And here we are with a superiority, and the game's over.
So that was the first battle.
And I felt pretty good about it at the time. You know, it was after my testing phase, I'd taken it out a couple of other times just to see how it would do. And my very first battle, after I got it, after I'd taken it and kitted it out, my very first battle I got in, I was against a bomber, Tier 9 bomber, Tu-12, and HG2, ME-262 HG2 flighted. And my guy was, I believe, in Blum and Voss P212. So he was in the rocket, the Batwing plane. And that we didn't stand a chance. They went around and capped everything just in a big hurry. And I mean, I tried to, but my Batwing guy just tried to hold the center air base and he couldn't. While I went around capping on the outside, and I just couldn't keep up with the two tier 9s. It was just was impossible. And I kind of laughed at it because I hadn't flown it much, so I didn't know what it could and couldn't do. And so I was learning while we were losing, which was unfortunate, but still. Now there's another battle here where I think we did a better job. Our first battle there was kind of easy peasy, but our second battle was better.
Oh, for sure it was. And in this case, I do believe we had a few of the folks from the 321
Yep.
show up. We did separate, and we ended up, I believe, did
We
we
did
end up on the same team? I
team.
believe we did.
And that's always the unknown part about when you do count-ins like that, is that Nova and I, for whatever reason, the matchmaker has historically, with 321s, placed us on opposite sides. I never really understood how the matchmaker knew to put us on opposite sides.
I just find it funny how Hunter specifically got in that horn to hunt us, and he ended up on our team. He was like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, Hunter, F-22 Hunters had some success in killing these pesky little comets with his Horton HO-229. And he says that it's reasonably easy to do. And I'm looking forward actually to taking out my Horton and seeing about that, because I hadn't even thought of it as a good comet killer, but maybe it is a solution to this plane. If you don't want to be zapped by a comet, you take out your Horton.
So, of course, because they had a B-29, like, I was going to be able to contest that, so I'm just trying to stall them from getting anywhere else.
Right.
And then here comes some not-so-friendly faces. But again, extreme speed. What do you do with this? What are you supposed to do against this? But yes, this was some just sheer chaos going on here. I've got myself swarmed, and, well, I wasn't really going anywhere fast, but I was hoping to at least stall them long enough for something to come along. Yet, of course, here comes XV-75 with machine gun spray, and yeah, not much you can do there. With that little hit points.
No, and of course, you really can't take too much shots in this thing. So there's Hunter in his Horton, and I don't think there wasn't even a J8M on the other team, was there? I don't think he didn't get to hunt any small looking aircraft at all. So now this battle, I remember that we took control reasonably quickly, and because we had control reasonably quickly, I just went around and started hunting stuff. But it was the commentary by the other folks in the battle, in the count-in, was actually pretty funny. There was some salty talk. Let's put it like that.
There goes YZ and his ME-262. And again, not that that thing is slow, but just the 163, it's just, oh my lord.
Right, you're not going to get away from it. You're just not. There's nothing at tier that's going to get away from it.
And you can just stay all
just trying to think.
Day behind him. I do believe he smacks a mountain. Right there.
Yep, he did smack a mountain. Sad.
I mean, what else was he going to do?
But nothing. He was going to die one way or another. You might as well not run, because you'll only die tired.
And there's Sam Houston. He tried to rocket me. That didn't work.
No, that I think even air-to-air rockets would be tough on this guy.
Because it's so small.
It's really small, and I I remember the first game more because of the competition that we had. Um, because there was actually a P-61 flying in with us, and I believe they had a bomber. I can't remember what bomber they had, but it was it just because we had that. I thought, hey, this is going to be an even match, and it turned out to be not, because these planes are so fast and the guns are good. They're good, and you can see this
They are.
from watching Nova play that the the shells actually fly reasonably fast and reasonably straight, even for MK-108. They're pretty good.
Boom shakalaka. There goes GZY.
Yeah, and so in this particular battle, we're playing against, I think, what is it, a 5-on-5? Might even be a 6-on-6. I can't remember what the order of battle was, but there's plenty of humans in. It's almost like an EU server battle. And a lot of these guys that we play with on Friday night, they're no slouches. They know how to play the game.
For
So
sure they do.
you're not gonna. It's not like you're gonna go up and just be hunting potatoes, which often happens on the EU server. You get a. What happens is that the potatoes get on one team and the superstars get on the other team, and it's sometimes you got to carry a whole sack of potatoes if you want to if you want to get a win. I'm trying to think about what. Oh, I keep looking for the yellow arrow, but we weren't flighted in this particular
No,
battle.
we were not. That time he just got lucky with a cannon shot, but getting that plane down too did a little bit, I suppose.
Right. Well, there we go. The nose spinner isn't.
Yeah, it doesn't spin. You want a confirmation on that? There you go, folks.
There you go. It doesn't spin. It's
Sad face.
it's a little, yeah. I was gonna say it's a little bit sad, but again, while you're playing it, you just don't
You
notice.
hardly notice it because you can't even really see it that well.
No, you can't. And so here's the insanity. Look at what's going on right here. It's here. Nova's going to stick his nose in where there's what, 5, 6 humans. No, I don't think there are that many, but there, lots of planes. He just sticks his nose right in there and says, "I'm going to shoot one of you down, and I'm going to fly off."
Whee!
That's right. Wee! You can all, David Attenborough voice. And you can all, just suck it, because I'm going to fly away and you're not going to be able to touch me. And then here I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do it again. And you're pinned in place and there's nothing you can do about it.
Just watching this, I have a smile on my face. Just how fun this is. It is a fun plane. I will give you that. I converted on this plane after the first battle I had with it.
Nope, it is. It's a combination of how fast it is, how well it accelerates, how well the boost recovers, and how good the guns are. It's a combination of all those things. And if you can keep yourself out of cannon fire, you will succeed. That's the long and the short of it. Oops. I think it crashed into the ground.
There's Powermatic right there.
Yeah, this thing's really good against GAA. You can essentially go and zap GAA and not get any return fire if you do it right. Come down from on top, shoot them, zoom away, and they can't do anything about it. Even the P1099 just really can't do anything about it. And here we are. I mean, it's done, right?
Over.
Right.
Only one of them were left alive by a hair, for
Right.
sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the I believe the review of and replay of some gameplay of the ME163B that just came out. The event is going on for another, probably by the time I upload this, 15, 16 days ish, somewhere
Right.
around there.
Which
But
which is enough to get it done. I mean,
oh
seriously.
yeah, if I got this done in essentially 24 hours
Right.
with some skipping of the grindy bits, you folks should be able to do this no problem. Excuse me.
Yeah, it should be like a week, maybe 10 days. Just playing. Just playing. That's all you got to do is just play. Like I said, the 1.5 million ground points, ground damage points. That's a that's a that's a heavy
That's a
lift.
doozy.
Yeah. But you get out your high tier bomber and you go out and you just bomb stuff, and you do it over and over and over and over again, and you'll get eventually you'll get there. Um, it just takes a minute. 3,000 capture points. Kind of also kind of a little bit of a drag. Can be a little bit of a drag. What else? Sector captures. I think there's a couple of them that with a relatively large sector capture um, number, which again that's just playing, right? You just gotta play.
Yep.
Uh, the FMOF and the Marseille, both of those are the really the hey with FMOF, take out your ground attack plane and stay alive. You don't have to win. You just have to stay alive so you get your 400 capture points. Um, and it's because you got to do it in one sortie. Uh, you can do it. You can even do it at mid tiers. It's easier to do it at the higher tiers, but you can do it at the mid tiers. It's just you got to stay alive, which is in a GA is kind of rough. Can be kind of rough. And the Marseille is one of those things where you get out your best fighter, stay alive, shoot down 17 planes, win. It's um, we both Nova and I have done the. In fact, we did this once. What was that? What was that battle? I was helping you with a marathon. I think I was helping you with the go to P.60C marathon, and we got that El Haluf map, and it was one of those things where he had to get I believe it was Kozadub, and it ended up that we played and the game lasted long enough that I got a Marseille out of the deal because we played and it went well after the squall line. So he got his Kozadub and I got a Marseille out of the deal. So it's possible to do it at the mid tiers. Um, I think people like to do it at the high tiers too, um, using light fighters like the P.1101. But again, you got to win. Marseille, you got to win. So sometimes a mid tier is a little easier to have light fighter get a win. In any case, it's fun. It's I think worth the certs. At least in my position, it's worth the certs. Uh, if you want to skip some of the grindy stuff or the epic medals, buy a few of the certs and just cert through those guys, and you'll get an excellent tier 8 German premium, It's fun to play for short money, and you get a lot of extra stuff that comes along with it. There's a pilot that comes with a marathon, and there's some other stuff too. So, hey, for all you out there, thanks for listening to us yet again. Uh, Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell notification, make this channel grow. And again, Nova, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, and I always love playing with you, man.
You as well, Corvus. Always a pleasure. We'll see you in the next one, folks.